Ladies and gentlemen, once again it is, for the 663rd time, the Mason and Friends Show. A rare occurrence today, just the two of us episode, featuring that dude called Mike, a.k.a. the Transporter.
Yeah.
Me, I'm Mason, a.k.a. Mahoney. Welcome to the Mason and Friends Show.
What's happening, everybody out there? How y'all feeling today? Early morning episode right here.
Yeah, man. We're a full day ahead of normal because of
we got
holidays.
All kinds of shit going on, man.
That's
boom,
right.
Boom day coming, so be safe out there on the 4th.
Don't Jason Pierre-Paul yourself.
Don't, be throwing sets up, have a full set, not just a partial.
Right. You want all your fingers?
You want all the phalanges,
All the phalanges. All them digits. Keep them digits operational. That's what we recommend here at the Mason and Friends Show.
I mean, look, just don't hold the motherfucker in your hand when you setting it off. Like, this fucker held
He held the cherry bomb till it went, I guess.
Well, I don't think it was a cherry bomb. I think it was a mortar he had in his hand. Because, I've had one of them aftershocks from a fucked up mortar blow and hit my leg. You know what I mean? And I'm standing probably from me to you away from it.
Oh, you're going to catch some impact off of that.
So I felt when that motherfucking mortar blew up inside the fucking tube, I felt the aftershock. And I'm like, damn, if this motherfucker was holding one of these in his hand and that bitch blew, you're going to lose these right here.
That's right.
Fingers going right there.
Fingers going flying end over end like that dude when he hit the motorcycle in that Mad Max movie.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's just going. The motherfucker's blowing off.
They're like, wow, that went a little more aggressive than we planned, but we're going to put it in the movie because that guy's almost dead.
Oh, speaking of fucking movies, so check this out. So I watched this joint on Netflix called Keep Sweet, Pray, and Obey. It's a documentary about these fucking Mormons called the FDLS or some shit like that. They're a branch of these Mormons that were out in Utah or whatever. But this shit was crazy, man, because the original guy that was like the prophet that everybody believed was the prophet passes away, and one of his sons that he had with one of the fucking 72 goddamn wives that he had takes over and basically turns it into like a gigantic pedophile ring and sex trafficking joint, yeah.
You talking about Mormons?
Yeah, yo.
Yeah, man, they be banging kids and shit.
This shit was fucking nuts because this was going on back in, this is like some 2004, 2000.
That's Mitt Romney shit, bro.
Shit, you know what I mean? This was
Mitt Romney with his dog strapped to the roof of his car banging fucking 14-year-olds. Oh yeah, but Mitt Romney's a fucking Mormon, dog. I know that.
This shit was fucking nuts, man, because it showed me how you can have a religion, be born into this religion, and have no idea what the outside world is like,
dude,
whatsoever.
That's what brainwashing is at its core.
Yeah,
we're gonna bring you into this, like we're gonna birth you into this, and we're gonna teach you this, like
and this is how it's supposed to be.
Right.
Well, a couple of these girls fucking like escaped from this place. They ended up having a lawsuit on them. The dude takes off, like he just runs. You know what I mean? Like he's out partying, vacation, strip clubs. The prophet now. This is the person that says it's the prophet. And these motherfuckers are believing every word he's saying, right? So they're trying to get money from the people that are there, like on this compound. They're like, yo, you got to come up with $1,000. Like, we need to send it to the prophet. So this dude was getting $300,000 from people to live this lavish life outside of fucking the shit that he done built called Zion or whatever, right? Eventually he gets caught and they try him in the court, and he's like, he's telling his people's like, look, it's the Gentiles. They're trying to make me look bad and all this shit and yada yada yada. So they go search the compound that he was at, find all these records. Then they find that he done raped a 12-year-old and a 14-year-old young. Like, this shit's fucking beyond sick, and I don't like watching shit like this because it gets me heated.
You're real fired up about these kinds of things.
Yeah, because, man, it fucks me up because I'm like, yo, y'all motherfucking nasty sons of bitches get away with shit like this. Like, he had the town that he created. He built this town, have you? He built a town where they all lived at. The whole town was under them. The sheriff's office, the mayors, all these motherfuckers, man, were under this shit.
That's the way to really do it.
And that he had control of everything. Not only that, though.
I might have to do this with Mason and Friends Show. We get us a village, and then everybody let me bang their wife.
But look, but peep this, though. So This is what was happening, because he was like, look, if anybody spoke out against him, he would tell them, like, look, all right, you go. He kicked out all the boys.
He's excommunicating,
He
bro.
excommunicated the boys, the men that were there.
You leave and leave your wives and daughters with me.
That's exactly what he did. He did, like, well, how much for your wife and daughter? You're going to marry this guy.
Children?
You're going over there. You're going over here. And I'm like, yo, this is some crazy incest shit, because these motherfuckers were marrying. He was marrying fucking cousins and shit. I'm like, oh, y'all gonna have some retarded babies and shit. Like, yo, y'all are some fucked up motherfuckers. But all these people believe this shit because that's what they grew up with. They never saw the outside. They had no TV, no newspapers. They had no idea what the fuck was going on.
That's why you got to teach your children not to be a dick.
Yeah.
You know, but it's a good thing to do. Don't be a dick.
So they get this guy. They got him locked up. Whatever. Some of the people escape. Some of the people still follow this guy. He's still preaching this shit from jail.
Oh, of course.
And I'm like,
those are the true believers.
This is absolutely crazy to me. But then I was like, you know what? You can put a belief in somebody, and if they believe shit that strong, they're not going to believe anything that happens to a person. You know what I'm saying?
Well, like, it needs to happen to them. They won't believe firsthand accounts.
And that's just it. These girls that were in this shit, their moms knew what the fuck was going on. Their moms were in the rooms sometimes when they were being raped.
Oh, my God. That's so weird.
And
that's
I'm
so
like,
weird.
What in the fuck? How does this? But then I'm like, well, they had to go through that same process.
Well, right.
You know what I mean?
It's sort of like how they say, like, a lot of pedophiles were abused, and that they then do the same thing to other children.
Yeah.
Because it's normalized to them in their brain. They feel like that's what they're supposed to do.
I mean, that's what happened to R. Kelly, basically, in a sense.
To a degree.
You know?
Yeah. I mean, I'm not sure what happened to R. Kelly.
I want to know, where the fuck is the book at? Like, drop these names, get these other motherfuckers that are up on that list.
You mean for Ghislaine?
Yeah, for Ghislaine shit.
Yeah.
Drop that fucking book, man. Fuck them sons of bitches. All the
they're going to kill her before she gets the names out.
Oh, yeah, they're going to put her on suicide watch and she's going to be gone.
Like, we know who R. Kelly did what to over the long term, but we don't know who Ghislaine was involved with.
Now, see, here's the thing, though. I'm hoping that there's like a fail-safe, like, you know, you see on movies. I'm hoping there's some shit like this where there's like a fail-safe. She died, all the shit get released, like some Snowden shit. Like, yo, oh, she did, I'm releasing all this shit now. She told me I gotta do this. Here it is. Here are all these motherfuckers. Look at all these high uppity up motherfuckers that y'all thought were doing something. You know what I mean? Here are the families that are in charge of the world. Here's the 1%.
This is what they do.
This is what the fuck they doing.
Right here.
How much for the little girl?
Yep, yeah.
The women.
The children, your wife, your daughters.
Your women, I want to buy your women, the little girl, your daughters. Sell them to me. Sell me your children.
Yep.
I love this guy. The
Shit's
Blues
fucking
Brothers.
crazy. The Blues Brothers is a classic, though.
They're so on the ball. The motherfuckers just eating their salads and shit right off the table.
We will come back here every week for breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
They're drinking like 40-year-old champagne and shit.
And then that motherfucker there, sir.
But yeah, dude, I don't know, man. Things are such a fucking mess. Things are such a fucking mess.
It's fucking ridiculous, man.
It was funny the other day when the Jew brought up the country being in better shape under Trump. Trey started losing his shit. I'm like, yeah, man, reality's a motherfucker, you know? Like, it's like I don't want Trump coming back.
Nah.
Because he's bad for the people.
Uh-huh.
Not so much policy, but like everything else.
Yep.
You know? So, you know, everything's just a fucking mess.
But we're at a point now, it's like it doesn't matter who's in there. It's fucked because all of them are ignorant as shit.
Well, it's not even that they're ignorant. They're owned.
Yeah.
They are bought and controlled.
Yep.
You know?
They're puppets.
Right. Especially Joe Biden's dumbass. He ain't got no sense, man. The man ain't even there anymore. Like, he doesn't know what he's doing.
He's fading.
He doesn't know what he's doing. He's faded.
Yeah.
There ain't no fading.
I mean, did he have a helmet when he fell off the bike?
I don't think he did. Actually, no, I think he did.
He did?
I do think he had a helmet on, but I don't think he hit his head.
There was a meme where him on some training wheels. That shit was funny as fuck, yeah.
Yo, if they put him on training wheels, dog. Because you know when you're a kid and you're on the training wheels and the bike would fall over, but it doesn't, and you kick your legs out all weird. I would love to see Biden's dumbass doing that.
I think I had training wheels maybe for like a day. I think they tried training wheels on me for a day, but it didn't work because the bike.
Because you were too heavy?
Nah,
You're
it wasn't
big
even
too.
that.
I'm thinking of you being a big kid with training wheels, and the training wheels want to bend off the bike.
Nah, that's just they weren't like, I guess the way I was selling the bike, they weren't like even, like one wheel would be down and the other wheel would be up. You know what I mean? Like,
well, but that's how it works. They're not supposed to be on the ground.
Yeah.
They're supposed to be above. So if you lean one way, it keeps you from falling over.
But like I had like the way I was trained on a bike or shown how to ride a bike was our driveway where we lived at when I was younger. It was an incline, so you just got on this motherfucker and let gravity take you, and then once you hit the bottom of the driveway, you pedal. You know what I mean? And I basically learned how to ride a bike in like a day. Not even a day, probably a quick afternoon.
Well, that's the way it works. Once you get it figured out, you're usually up and going.
Because my brother, he was all big into the BMX shit, where they would ride the bikes up and down the half pipe and the skateboards and stuff. Him and his buddies used to do that right across the street at the school they went to, because they had a half pipe over there. It was some cool shit. Because I'm like, your school has a half. So I thought all high schools had shit like this.
Yeah, no, that's a rarity.
That was a lot. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's a rarity right there.
I thought fucking all schools had swimming pools and shit in them. You know what I mean? Nah, that was a
What'd you get used to that in Fairfax?
Yeah.
Yeah, big money, man.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Big money up there in Fairfax.
Come out here and I got a school that's got shit in it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you smell shit all day.
Most of them. Well, hell, y'all, you going to high school here, you right next to the chemical.
You're right next to the
sewage treatment plant.
Yeah, you're right next to that bitch.
That's so fucked up. You can be smelling doo-doo all day.
All day. And that back when I went in there, they didn't have air conditioning, you know what I'm saying? So they had the doors open.
They got to open the windows and let that duty waft
through.
They
would have the big giant industrial fans at the doors. And they open up all the doors and just blow these fans in, so you're just getting the smell of shit flung through the school.
Let me run some duty smell through you.
Yeah. I'm like, man, what the fuck? Yeah, this is some crazy shit here. Like, nah. Oh, real quick. Birthday shout out to Das Verboten. Happy birthday, baby. And happy birthday, Smoke Dog. Happy birthday to y'all.
Happy birthday, y'all. Members of the Rickety Ship Crew. Much love. Peace be with you.
Yep. But anybody else is out here celebrating a birthday.
And like America. We're celebrating America's birthday, too. Independence Day. This is the 4th of July episode. I've been meaning to bring it up. That's why I played You Didn't Try to Guess. I saw you think about it for a sec, but you didn't delve into it. Do you want to guess now that I've given that much of a hint as to what
Independence Day?
No.
It wasn't Independence Day?
No. Tom Cruise.
Top Gun?
No. Born on the 4th of July. Dark movie. Dark Vietnam War movie. Tom Cruise's character is born on the 4th of July. He goes to Vietnam. He ends up killing a friend of his in a...
Minority Report?
No. Born on the 4th of July is the name of the movie.
I never saw it.
It's a movie by Oliver Stone. Shout out Oliver Stone. The guy that made Natural Born Killers, Platoon, a number of JFK. Great movie. So he did Born on the 4th of July. Tom Cruise is this guy that's literally, I'm pretty sure, born on the 4th of July. He goes to Vietnam, We got the music playing.
I heard.
The Vietnam style music. So he goes to Vietnam. He ends up like friendly fire killing one of his friends, in a firefight. And then he gets blown up. He's in a wheelchair. He's got a colostomy bag. He's got a little, he's got a thing he got to tie in a knot.
He's more worse than Captain Dan.
Dude, it is. Oh, he is. Dan. Oh, yeah, he's worse than Lieutenant Dan. There's a scene where he's like going to the bathroom because he's got to put a tube into the toilet because he doesn't really have a dick anymore. And his mom's giving him shit. And he's like, "This is my dick, Mom." And it's like a piece of plastic tube.
Damn.
It's fucking, it's so dark. Man. I don't even know what the point of bringing that up was. Like,
just celebrating America.
Yeah, America. All right, we blew off Tom Cruise's dick and Born on 4th of July.
You know what's crazy? That a lot of places are canceling their shit because they can't afford to fucking do things now. You know,
like everything's so expensive. Like we gonna blow up 4 fireworks. Like motherfucking my town handing out sparklers this year. You know what I mean? Like we so poor, we handing out sparklers.
And then on top of that, they can't even do it on the days. Like I think out here they had theirs last night. Alexandria, I think, canceled theirs. Another one is doing their shit.
But it's also pyrotechnics are in short. Pyrotechnicians are in short supply. And I was like, damn, I could do that.
Yeah, you can blow some shit up.
I'd be out there blowing shit up, smoking a bowl. Like they'd be like, it smells like gunpowder around here. I'd be like, yeah, that's right.
Yep, that's what you got.
That's what it is. It's gun smoke. It's gun smoke.
But man, it's just fucking ridiculous of how much shit's going on, man. You got motherfuckers losing their job, quitting their jobs. But like I think what Apple was it? No, it's not Apple. It was
Apple.
Tesla. Tesla I think laid off 200.
Tesla laid off let go 200 people, and they were all primarily out of the automated driving division.
Yeah.
Because apparently automated driving is still just way too difficult. Like they just can't get it done, which makes sense to me because until you've got sensors in the roads and sensors on cars and all kinds of shit going on, like you need a lot.
Like see,
before that infrastructure is going to function properly.
There was a
when I get elected president, I do have plans to do that sort of thing.
So peep this shit. When
Vote Mason 2024, 2028, 2032.
Somewhere in there.
We're not sure what year exactly I'll be on the ballot, but I'm working on it. If this podcast goes another decade, I'll make it on the motherfucking ballot.
So, and I think it's what?
That's my one of my campaign slogans.
Nickel bag gets sold in the park.
I want in.
I want in.
I want my cut.
From here on, nothing goes down unless I'm involved.
No blackjack, no dope deals, no nothing. A nickel bag gets sold in the park. I want in.
That's right.
In Minnesota, I think it's Minnesota. All right, so when I was working at the line stripe company, they had this tape. They put this highway tape on the road. Like most of the shit on 495, 395, your major highways, it's not paint. It's actually road tape. You know, and then this.
Now, what do you burn it on or something?
No. You put down this adhesive and it goes on. Like this shit is some super.
But yeah,
sticky,
it's like a thick piece of film or something. That's ridiculous. Why the lines on the road, if you go jogging down the road, the lines on the road have a very different texture.
Yes, because it's tape, right? So in the colder climates up near Canada and shit,
jamming.
The tape,
but we jamming up in this motherfucker today.
The tape has sensors in it, like magnets in it. So when the guys are plowing snow, they know how far to go to the edge because the plows have the same sensors in it. So if Tesla used the same technology to tap into that, because see what Tesla would have to do. Here you go. I'm giving you something here, motherfucker, Elon.
I got more to expand on it with presidential shit, but you get it out.
If you tap into the highway markings, 3M, and all those cats that make the highway markings, and have your sensor put into their product, it will work better for your product.
Yeah. See, what I want to do, because I believe, we can make the world a better place, especially once I get elected president. As a candidate, my proposal would be, you got to do nuclear power in order to get green enough to be able to install electrical infrastructures in all the major cities. We're rebuilding electrical trolleys and car systems, taxis, buses, all that kind of shit. But what we're going to have to work on with research and development, R&D for the layman, I'm going to be putting funds, federal funds, grants to universities and shit like that for R&D. Because we're not just going to throw money at solar panels, because we've been paid off by big solar.
Because there's a lot of youngins out there
the Biden administration has.
Want to put in that work and ain't got the funds.
So what we're going to do is we're going to put the young people to work in this country to figure out how to make this shit actually work. Because they're the ones that are really motivated to do that. Because what I want to see wireless charging technology installed on all these electrical vehicles. I want to have wireless charging going along in the highway so that, if you have an electric car, you get on a certain lane and you recharge your vehicle as you're driving down the road.
Like how they got the green bike lanes, you have a certain color for that lane, the charging lane.
Well, right, there would be specific lanes. This is part of a massive infrastructure rebuild that I would be doing, part of the legalization of drugs, prostitution, taxation of churches, as well as drugs and prostitution, and using that.
I forgot tax churches because that was money. One of the things with the Eat Pray joint. These motherfuckers made bank. Walmart, Amazon used them to build their warehouses and stores because the kids, they child labor.
Oh, yeah.
Because the kids, that's all they knew how to do was work. They were taught a trade. So Walmart and them would hire these motherfuckers and use their kids to build their shit. I'm like, holy shit, this is happening over here. They bitching about how fucking they child labor in China. We're doing it over here.
Goddamn right, man.
Through churches.
Fuck yeah. Churches, but you know what else we're doing?
My fucking mind.
Got a real... just the two of us, I'm really going off on my presidential shit. But when we fix the 14th Amendment and ban slavery across the board, even if you've been duly convicted of a crime, you still can't be enslaved once I'm president, and we rewrite the 14th Amendment.
Out of the privatized jail systems.
Well, I'm not so much worried about that if we get rid of lobbyists.
You gotta get rid of them.
If you can't have a lobbyist, I don't mind you owning a prison if you can't form lobby groups that then go lobby for laws that keep your prisons full.
Yeah.
Okay? So, there are ways to fix this shit, but nobody wants to actually talk about it.
Nobody wants to fix it.
Well, that's right, because they want wedge issues that they can then get elected on.
And keep the money in the pockets.
Right. Because, I look at the Second Amendment, right? So the Second Amendment is in the Constitution. It's technically constitutional, like a lot of people try to say that abortion is, even though abortion was legal because of a legal decision in the Supreme Court. There's no technical law. That's what the 50 years of the Supreme Court decision did. It gave a window to the lawmakers to make an actual law, which would have been codifying Roe v. Wade into law, which would have then made it constitutional. But since no one, as far as I know, in the 50 years, Democrat or Republican, even proposed a compromise position that could have been agreed upon and passed, even when Obama had a supermajority and could have got it done if he had, prioritized abortion rights, because, I think there should be limitations, but I think women should have the right to have an abortion. You know what I mean? It's your fucking body. If I come in it and you get pregnant, I can't tell you you have to have that kid.
Me and fucking wife, we were talking about this last night, and I was like, this is just somebody putting their beliefs out there to somebody else. That's what they're doing here.
Right. You're forcing your belief system on others.
Exactly. And I'm like, I've always let it be. It's a woman's decision. It's her body. It's her decision.
Well, it's like people are trying to protect people from God. And it's like, what if that person doesn't believe in God?
That's what I'm getting at.
And what if they're not scared?
That's the other thing. I'm like, that's that person's decision. Just because, because me and her were talking about it last night, and she was like, I do believe it's wrong that if you're like, almost due and then you go have an abortion, I think that's wrong. I said, yeah, that to me, yes, it is wrong. But
the longer you wait, the more egregious it becomes.
But at the same time, that is that person's decision. At the end of the day, it didn't hurt you.
I don't disagree with that.
You see
but
what I mean?
I think that, as a presidential candidate, I want to see a codified law, and it has to be a compromise. Democrats want you to be able to have an abortion all the way up till the minute you're going to give birth, and Republicans want you to not have one at all. And neither of those are acceptable positions. So you have to come up with a compromise. You have to. You have to say, look, and as a president, the compromise that I would propose is, okay, so I don't know which amount of weeks, because if you look at every other nation in the world, we have the most wide open abortion laws out of any nation in the world already. So what you got to do is you look at all these other nations. Most other nations that allow abortion, it's 10, 12 weeks. Maybe 14, a couple of places is 2022, a couple places is 18, but most of them are 10 to 12. If you go look at the list on Wikipedia, the vast majority of countries don't even allow it, okay? So, we're ahead of the curve as far as, allowing women to have the right to not do something that they don't want to do, but you have to put a limitation on it, right? But the issue with it for me is, even if we make it a law, you look at the Second Amendment, right? The Second Amendment is codified, constitutional. There's no question. It's literally the Second Amendment in the Constitution. Freedom of speech, which we definitely have issues with in this country.
Yep.
Second Amendment, which we definitely have issues with in this country. In theory, the Second Amendment is supposed to be everywhere. But there are states that have been, may issue concealed carry, which the Supreme Court just said is not acceptable. But literally, this is a amendment that is in the Constitution that are states where it can't happen. So even if we codify some form of law, say 18 weeks, no questions asked, because my proposal is a certain amount of weeks, somewhere between 14 and 25, which is, pretty reasonable. But the thing that I'm going to do to make it clear to women that I am actually interested in your health is I'm going to make it so you can get a free pregnancy test once a month, anytime you want, forever. So then there's no excuse that you can't say, I didn't know I was pregnant. You can always go get a free one, federally covered. And we're going to give you that window to do it, call it 20 weeks, call it 14 weeks, call it 25, whatever. I don't really care. I don't have a dog in the fight. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
But a compromise position, we're gonna set a certain amount of weeks, and after that time, if you are medically required to get it for your health or clearly
Baby's
not the health of the baby,
yeah,
because if you're killing it, but after that, it's going to be federally funded. So if you need an abortion for the need, if it's medically required, we're going to cover it as the federal government. We're going to cover your pregnancy tests anytime. If you choose to have an abortion because you want to have an abortion, you have to pay for that. And I also think there should be companies or places you can donate your money to that will help people that can't afford to have an abortion, that want to have an abortion.
Yeah.
I think that sort of shit should be 100% allowed. You know what I mean? it's to me. I want to accentuate freedom wherever it's fucking possible.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I get that.
And I don't like abortion per se, but I don't dislike abortion. I really don't care.
I'm not a fan, like I said,
but I want to see
can't carry a baby.
Right.
I can't carry a baby.
But I want to see a compromised position be codified into law, because I think that women will throw themselves downstairs and stab themselves with coat hangers if they don't fucking have the right to have an abortion.
There'll be a lot of fucked up shit.
There's be a
ways.
lot of bad coming from it being not allowed in certain places. Like that's just fact.
And on
it's
top
just
of that,
undisputable fact.
You can call and say, I know this person did an abortion, or I know this person's having one, and you get fucked.
Yeah,
that
that's
shit's
really
ridiculous
fucking wrong.
That doesn't make any fucking sense.
And that's the thing. You turn it over to the states, and all sorts of calamity can come from it. So,
exactly.
I really think of the federal law that is an actual compromise that could be agreed upon by hopefully a technical majority of Republicans and Democrats coming together on something like an actual bipartisan agreement. You know why they can't? You know why they won't? Because they don't want to fix it, because they want the wedge issue. The Democrats want to say we're all for it, and the Republicans want to say we're all against it. The Unity Party makes in 2024, 28, 2032, whatever. I want to see a motherfucking compromise so we can move the fuck on. And not have the fight anymore. Fix the problem. Quit exacerbating it.
So pissed off with both sides. They're like, yo, this shit's just ridiculous. Nobody gives a shit about being Republican.
They want to win. They want to win. And it's so fucking pathetic.
Well, when they do the whole, like, what is it coming up? What
midterms.
We got the midterms coming up.
Midterm elections. We got the
other shit coming. So there's going to be a whole bunch of political ads of fucking headaches. Just fucking headache after headache. Just ignorant motherfuckers talking. You know what I mean?
Well, and it's ignorant motherfuckers talking that don't really have any intent to fix the problems that they're talking about.
None.
They're just exacerbating it, driving the wedge issues. Motherfuckers might hate me for the shit that I've said on this episode.
Now,
I don't really care, because I'm actually trying to fix the issue. I'm not trying to exacerbate the issue.
Now, even though we got fucked up shit over here, you still got people trying to get over here, like them people that were found dead in the fucking trailer, the back of that truck.
Yeah, that's terrible.
That's just fucking crazy, yo.
Well,
like the dude.
This shit wasn't going on under Trump. This shit wasn't going on under Trump. You know what I mean?
I'm like,
it's really fucked up.
Dude, they were probably bringing people across the borders that same fucking way, even with him in office.
Mike, he left because he had to leave. He knew he was going to get busted. Yeah. If he stayed, these motherfuckers are dead. I can't stick around here with 50 dead bodies.
Though, coming in, you know what I mean? Because people don't understand how hot a trailer gets. Like, you can't open that motherfucker from the inside. You know? So,
you're getting locked up.
They're an oven, basically, essentially, is what it is. It's a gigantic fucking oven. It's like when you put a baked potato in the oven and aluminum foil. That's how hot that shit gets, you know? Mm-hmm. Like I was telling my girl the other day, I said, when I saw it, I was like, that's crazy. I said, have you ever been inside one of those? And she was like, no. I said, man.
I've been inside open ones just parked in the sun, and they're fucking raging.
Sea containers, we had sea containers to where we would store shit.
Yep.
And if you have them outside, you don't open these motherfuckers up. There's no air circulating in this
You go in that bitch on like a 95-degree day, and it's at least $1.20 in there.
That's taking your breath out of you.
Absolutely.
As soon as you open the fucking door.
It's affecting your ability to breathe.
Yes, with no problem. So imagine that being packed. I told the guy I worked with one time when I went in there to get some tools out where I worked at before. I said, yo, I don't understand how people can get shipped over here in these. Like, they are willing to risk their life.
They want to come here. Yeah, that's the thing, man. It's so much worse wherever they're coming from that they want to come here.
They're willing to risk their life to be on a ship.
And we got people in this country that hate being here and hate this country. Like, they will literally, accost you if you have an American flag. Like, that's racist or some shit like that. That's crazy.
What I always got was how motherfuckers get upset over a piece of cloth. I don't give a shit about the cloth.
That's the thing, Mike. They want to be mad. They want to be upset. They are seeking out the agitation.
I got one dude, I'll never forget when we went to the beach, man, my homie, we was down there and...
You got to keep it chill like this stranglehold shit, man.
It was storming, right? And fucking the flag flew off the house. And I'm like, all right, we're outside on the deck chilling, flag flew off the house in the storm.
You go get it?
Fuck no, I didn't go get it. He did.
That's what I'm saying. That's a real American.
He went down there. He got it, man. He cleaned it off, did all this shit, hung it back up, saluted, and some more shit. I'm like, all right. He goes, man, Mike, I couldn't let that happen. I'm like, all right, well, that's you.
Yeah.
I'm completely different. I'm like, man, it's a cloth. Like,
well, like
to you, it's a symbol of something.
It doesn't hold the same level.
I don't have the same. Like, yeah, you look at that different than what I look at it as. I'm just like, all right, it's a flag. Whoop-de-doo-da-day. Yippee. Okay, keep on moving.
It's
you know
not.
What I mean?
It's not that important of a symbol to you that you're going to go out in the weather and cold and wet.
Goddamn storm or any fucking kind of condition. Like, if it flew off the house, it flew off the house. this ain't my house either.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I have to go out there and get it to put it back up because we're renting this house, you know, for the time being that we're here. But other than that, nah, I'm good. You know, and he looked at me and was like it hurt him. And I'm like, I don't, you know.
Well, but that's why we got to do better as a nation, so that people like you will want to go pick that American flag up. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know if
it's going to
take a lot. It's going to take a lot to get there.
It's going to take a lot to get there.
It's going to take legalization of drugs, legalization of prostitution, taxation of church.
There's so much, man. Like, I was looking at them do these the infrastructure shit, because I'm on the road all the time, so I'm watching them.
Oh, dude, you were out there.
Fucking build this shit and fuck it up constantly.
66? All that whole land.
66, fucking
all those overpasses. They're making it look like LA, bro.
Bro, I'm trying to figure out how all this is going to tie in and how this is supposed to alleviate the traffic. Because right now, it's not making any sense to me. Because I'm like, all right, you
in theory, you're making it so that nobody has to come to a stop. That's what the theory is.
Yes.
You got all the off ramps.
But at the same time, the shit that they got split on 66, you took 66 to 4 lanes, and you split 2 of them are going to be HOV and express lanes, you know what I mean, where you gotta have the easy pass, and then you got 2 that are not.
For real?
So you done fucked up and took the 4 lanes that were wide open and with 1 HOV lane, so now you got 2 and 2. Like I don't get that.
No, that's no good.
I don't understand why you would split that fucker like that.
That's just trying to make money off of us.
That's all it is. That's all it is. Everything comes down to that fucking dollar. Like, they squeezing every last little bit of shit out of motherfuckers, man. Like, my girl came home the other day, was pissed off, and she's like, yo, you want to see what $90 fucking worth of groceries got me? I said, probably about 2 bags.
I was going to say 2 days worth of food.
2 or 3 bags. She's like, yeah, 2 fucking goddamn bags of shit. And I'm like,
that's some bullshit.
That definitely is. That's
inflation, baby.
That's some
like, I'm going to have to get me some livestock and shit, man.
But you know what I mean? Oh, dude, for real. I mean, it's like
really, we're going to have to go out here, buy a couple chickens and a fucking goat, pig,
if you got
2.
The space,
you
start yourself a little farm.
A little farm. Like, I want to start growing a cannon and shit, man, because this shit's fucking getting dumb. And it's just going to get worse. It's just going to get worse.
Well, unless I get elected president, because I'm going to fix us motherfucking up.
And then you got these dumbass commercials still talking about a goddamn vaccine. Like, and these motherfucking commercials don't make no sense,
it's
bro.
so crazy the way they want to still push this vaccine shit.
Look, I was listening to the radio the other day, and a song came on, it's doom, 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 doom. The kid's like, Dad, can I change the radio station? And he changed, he's like, yeah, go ahead. He changed it to the same fucking beat, but different, updated version of it, right? And they're like, they might not understand each other's music, but they do understand to get the vaccine. I'm like, what the fuck did that have to do with anything?
Right?
They're doing this shit like a goddamn cologne commercial. You know what I mean? You know how you got cologne commercial where the guy dives in the water, comes out the water.
Have you seen any of the bits where the guy's talking to the women at the Women's Rights March? And they're like, this is our body, our choice. And like, did you support the mandate for vaccine? And they're like, yeah, you can see it trickle up.
Yeah.
Because it's like, it is your body. It is your choice.
So
and
the
it
same
absolutely
people that
should
are mad
be.
about the motherfucking mandate should be mad about fucking all this other shit.
Right. Like, the level of, like, inconsistency. Like,
we're hypocrites. The world is fucking full of hypocrites. We are a hypocritical motherfucking nation right now.
Yeah, it is really bad. Because, like, I just try to be consistent. You know what I mean? Like, and a lot of motherfuckers might say I'm not consistent if they listen to this shit on a regular basis, but I think I am, because I'm trying to pull for freedom. You know what I mean? Like, because it's like, really, I don't care. Like, the abortion, the only reason, like, I'm proposing a compromise is needed. Like, if it wasn't needed, I wouldn't give a fuck. Do it whatever you want. If there's some sort of like repentance, if there's a God that's mad at you, that's your fucking problem, not mine. Like, I'm not going to sit here and judge you. You know what I mean? And that's how I feel about
your business,
right? And that's how I feel about your vaccine status, your abortion status, your Second Amendment, your First Amendment, your privacy rights, the Fourth Amendment, all these things.
Fucking people up.
Right. As long as you're not hurting other people. Like, you can hurt yourself all you want.
All day long if
I
you
could
feel
give
like
a
it.
fuck. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's very presidential. Like, because I respect your freedom to hurt yourself.
Yep. If you want to do this,
I hope you won't. I really do. I hope you won't. I've lost friends. I've lost a lot of friends to suicide and shit. Shout out to the homie Ephraim. I miss you, bro.
There you go.
Like, and many others. You know what I mean? But like, it's not a good thing. but I respect your right. It's your body.
Yeah.
Like, you can do whatever you want with
it's your choice.
You know, you can end it or you can keep it moving. I hope you'll keep it moving and try to get better at shit. Because that's what I'm trying to do.
Yep.
You know, I'm trying to improve all the time, right?
Yep.
But, like, it's really hard to watch a country and a species, because I think it's way bigger than just our country. I feel like
it is a human species issue.
We are a species. You and I are the same thing. Like, I've watched too much Star Trek to consider you a different race than me. We are humans, my friend. You and I are human beings.
Me and you had the conversation before on early episodes. We do this a lot. Yeah, we are one fucking thing. We can't go out here and fuck. I can't fuck that fish on the wall.
That's right. I can't have a baby with anybody because I had a vasectomy, thank the motherfucking God. But, like, if I could, you know what I'm saying? If I was able to knock something up, like, I could only knock another human up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, we can't make a liger or a mule. You know what I mean? Like, there's not another species. It's not like we hook up with an adobo. You know what I'm saying?
Or we fuck a horse and have a centaur.
Right. It's this is my son, the Centaur. Wouldn't that be a trip? Like, it'd be like, you can hook up with him, but he can't get you pregnant. Like, everybody would want to fuck your son because he'd have a horse cock. He'd have a fucking centaur. You know what I mean? He'd be like, I got a little centaur dick, but it's huge for human bitches.
He said he got a little centaur dick.
I got a little baby centaur dick, but it's huge on these hoes, these bitches.
Got a baby centaur dick.
They love me, but I can't look them in the eye while I fuck them because I'm a human body on a fucking horse body.
But then you gotta think, you can't. Are you fucking a horse or a human? What are you gonna fuck?
It doesn't matter.
You can do either or.
But it's like, if you could consent, then I'm cool with you fucking that other species, right? So a centaur, I wouldn't have a problem with a human having sex with, because I don't consider that, like, beyond it. They can consent. If they can communicate, they can consent, right? So the centaur is a human body on top of a horse body, right? Your legs are the horse's front legs, as I understand it, and then you got arms, right? It's sort of like what the South Americans thought the conquistadors were when they first got here, right? So, like, that to me doesn't matter. Just like if there are aliens and those aliens can communicate and they're like, yo, you want me to suck your dick? I'd be like, fuck yeah, I want you to suck my dick. Let me get a blowjob, alien motherfucker. Let's get it on. You know what I mean? Like, okay. Like, I'm down. Like, let's do it.
Now, see how this goes? Because now I'm thinking of all kinds of fucking animals and shit now. This shit that came up, like a minotaur. Minotaur is the bull head with the man body.
Well, if it talks,
you know what I'm saying?
You know what I mean?
Well, what if he could? What if he's
dude, that's not acceptable. If that's not acceptable, you know what I mean?
So he out there, like, he at the strip club, rock hard with a bull dick, just he just trying to get in.
You're describing Minotaur hell.
He just wants to lap. He just wants to lap dance, yeah. He out there with a stack.
But that's the same. That's the same issue that you end up with like the Forrest Gump scenario. Like, if you can't communicate, if you're not of sound mind, like, because who knows what that motherfucker is? He might just be like, man, my dick is hard and it hurts.
He's got to have a card. I need to relieve his pressure. Can you help?
I mean, if he could sign, if he could be like, I'm trying to get my dick sucked. You know what I'm saying?
But you would have to understand what he's doing.
Well, you would have to also know sign language.
But
that's communication, and then I'm good with it. But, like, if you can't, like, mentally consent to engaging with someone physically, then, like, I can't condone that shit. Like, when we were talking about hooking up with a Kardashian, like the alien in Star Trek, not a fucking Kim or a Chloe. Like, like, I'm good with any of these aliens, you know what I'm saying? Especially them green skin bitches. What's up? Like,
you put it out there in the ethos.
Let y'all green skin bitches come through. Hopefully it's whatever time period it is when y'all are, like, you know, free and not enslaved. But that's like a whole other that's a whole other can of worms. But, you know, like any sentient being that can consent to physical interaction, I am totally good with it. You know what I mean? But, like, that's a rocky road, and there's only but one species on this planet, essentially, that is capable of that. Like, because until we understand dolphins, it's going to be dolphin rape. You know what I mean? Where, like, dolphins be jumping on the fucking side of the thing and raping bitches.
Oh, yeah, like, when they hop up on it.
Because when a dolphin humps you, he might actually stick something up in you.
But see, here's the thing. They're teaching the dolphin to do that. So
I don't believe that. I don't think they're teaching the dolphin to do that. That's instinctual.
No, that's instinctual. There's a signal that they do to have that dolphin come come up there and fuck the people.
No. They come up on the thing and interact. They don't come up there and fuck with. You know what I'm saying? Like there's this.
No, there's
like,
people that they sit on the fucking edge of the water, right?
No, they sit on the edge of the pool or whatever, and the dolphin comes up and they give them a fish or whatever, and like that's what they're expected to do. They're not trained. They're not trained to rape the woman, right? They're not trained to jump on a bitch and throw it up in her. You know what I mean? Like they do that. But they're not trained to do that. They're trained to come up and balance the ball on the nose. You know what I'm saying?
What I'm saying is they got that little, you know how they got the
what are you saying?
The fucking trainers, the trainers have signals that they put up and they'll jump up and they do the humping. So they're
they jump up and they balance the ball on the nose. They do the backflip or whatever. They're not training them to get a hard dick and stick it in some bitch.
They're not hard. They're dry humping at this point.
I've never seen dry humping dolphins.
I haven't seen Red Rocket on a dolphin when they're humping the ladies on the fucking dock. Like they even got the ones where the monkeys come up and they grope the women in the pictures.
Bro,
you ain't seen them yet?
Mike, you are such a nasty motherfucker, dog.
Shit.
Oh my god.
I gotta send you some shit. There's like these monkeys, man, where there's like a tourist attraction where they take a picture with a monkey and the monkey comes around, gives them a little kiss and then grabs their titties and shit. You know what I'm saying?
No, Mike.
I will send it to you.
You lost me, bro.
I will send it to you. As soon as I find it, I will send it.
You lost me. I don't even know if I want to see what you're about to send me. You know what I'm saying? Like,
oh shit! I'm telling you, man. People are training animals to do some fucked up shit. They got the elephants.
That is for sure.
They got the elephants slapping bitches on the ass and shit with their trunks. They do it. I'm telling you, man. They're training animals to do shit that their hands can't do, but my animal can do it. And they're like, oh, my animal did that. You know what I mean? Oh, he pulled your titty out? I'm so sorry he did that. Here,
right, he never does that with me.
$25 for the video. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Nah, well, I don't know. Look, man, just because fucking dolphin trainers might be having sex with the dolphins doesn't mean that they're technically trying to train them to have sex with a random...
You got women that do have sex with these animals, though. We know this is a fact.
Well, that's why I said they would hook up with the Centaur, right? That shit would happen. Bitches would be fucking Centaurs. If Centaurs was like...
Some women have taken that horse
I'm saying, Centaurs... Yeah, that's happened in real life, too. Dudes be doing that shit, too, man. Everybody out there getting some of that horse dick.
They probably are.
They see that horse dick. Because a horse, you can just get his dick hard and do whatever you want with it. If like
You gotta have some, like, shit set up
Because think about it, man. Like, when a chick gets your dick hard, she'd be like... she could do a lot of things, and you're not going to be like, hey, whoa, whoa, whoa.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You got, like, a way bigger leeway. If you're a fucking horse, like, and if some chick comes up and gets your dick hard, you can be like, okay, where are we going? What's happening? Wilbur. Whatever she wants, Where are we going? I'll climb to the ends of the earth. Keep that thing hard.
Like that bitch that had to grab that horse dick and fucking have it in the fake horse pussy, the fake pocket pussy. She grabbed that motherfucker like a champion.
Right, those horses are following them bitches around like, you got that pocket pussy around?
She grabbed that motherfucker and was like, here you go.
Can you help me fuck? Can you help me fuck another animal not really fucking it? Like, come on, don't you need to extract some more of this stud cum? Like, if a horse could talk, that's what a fucking stud horse would be saying. Hey, come on, you need to get some more of this horse cum up out of me.
Man, you grip my shit just right.
Like, they've been advertising this thing that, like, twists and moves, and it says it's a blowjob simulator.
Bruh,
Have you seen the ads?
I saw that shit. Because, look, peep this shit. I worked with a cat, yeah.
Did he have one?
He told us about it.
Is it fire? Is that shit fire?
He says it's the shit because, see, his old lady didn't do that shit. He was like, man, for our anniversary, she bought me this dick sucking machine. I'm like, what? We all sat at the table and we looked at this motherfucker like, wait a minute, she bought you a what? He said it's a dick sucking machine. He goes, man, it's got 3 different settings on this motherfucker, man. You put the motherfucking liquid in it, and man, I tell you what, she come in the house one day, I got this motherfucker on looking at her like, I'm like, damn, bruh.
I'm like, look, all I need is, hey, yo, girl, just hold that motherfucker and talk to me dirty.
You stupid. You said you just want her to hold it.
Just hold that shit. Just be involved, baby. Don't make me do this shit by myself. You can tell me that's somebody else sucking my dick. You know what I mean?
You don't want to be alone?
I'm saying, like, let's go.
Shit.
Be involved, boo. If you don't want to suck my dick, talk about somebody else sucking my dick while you use this thing on me.
You put this on me, and then I want you to just tickle my balls. I just want you to caress my balls while
just nibble on my ear and say some nasty shit.
He said, man, that's the motherfucking best thing she's
So
ever
we've got third-hand knowledge at this point.
Yeah, he said this is the best thing she ever bought him.
You know what? I need that shit to be sponsored. Fuck the bullshit. I got a sponsor target, y'all. Let me get one for free. And give me 25% of each sale you get off the show. I'll talk that motherfucker up every day. I'll have it going on. I'll be like, yo, we doing the show, but I'm doing it by myself. I get my dick sucked while I'm doing the show.
You sit there. Welcome to the... Oh, shit, with Mason and Friend show. These are my friends. I got a new friend.
Exactly. I've been like also featuring the fake mouth that blows me. AKA the blowjob machine.
I see that motherfucking shit, man. Yeah, and I know a guy that actually has one of the two motherfuckers.
You know somebody that's got one.
Yeah. The shit fucked me up because when I saw it, I'm like, this is the shit he was talking about.
Right. It looks like it might do all right.
I was like, son of a bitch, but here we go. We're going to make sex and even foreplay obsolete here.
That's what we're working on, one day at a time, y'all.
We're not even about to touch each other anymore.
Ladies and gentlemen, with that said, we're going to have to bring this episode of the Mason and Friend Show to a close.
Oh, yeah.
We'd like to thank you so very much for listening. We'd like to encourage you to listen to old episodes as well as new episodes.
Like, share, subscribe.
That's right. Pass the word on to a bugger out this motherfucker. Tell your friends. Give us some compliments or some shade, whatever. Hit me up in the private email, wherever. Hit us up on
Let us know.
That's right. Let us know what you think.
What foolishness you want us to jump on?
Right. Is there something you want us to talk about? Is there something you disagree with us about? Like, I hope you made it to the funny parts this episode. Sorry if we got a little heavy.
Yeah, it happens every once in a while.
These two of us episodes, it can get a little heavy.
We pick each other's heads a little bit. It's great.
It can get a little heavy. But once again, be nice to people that look like you. Be nice to people that don't look like you. Don't be a dick.
Little bits by little bits, ladies and gentlemen. Keep moving forward.
And protect your mental health, your mental wealth, protect your energy.
All that shit.
And keep trying on the shit you're trying to get done. You got to keep working at it. Little bits by little bits, like Mike says. That's how things get done.
Don't blow your motherfucking hand. Okay?
That's right. No Jason Pierre
Do not
Pauls.
hold the fireworks this weekend.
Enjoy your 4th of July, which I believe will be Monday. This will be dropping 4:20 on Sunday because we are ahead of the game, so it's going to be hitting at 4:20.
So, ladies and gentlemen, enjoy your motherfucking 3-day weekend if you got it.
That's right. Nothing but love to you. And peace be with you.
Go.